So this is how they cap my games, innit? My game's basically capped. I can't get any more than 11 wins. After 11 wins, what starts happening is my players won't mark anyone. Like, look at Ronaldo. This is a corner, and he just stood there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players just around him, and nobody near him. Everybody that plays the game know that once it's hard to stop Ronaldo from headers and corners when you're marking him, never mind giving him that much space. I'm trying to move Rudiger towards him. Look, he's still in all that space. Still in all that space by himself. He didn't even move from where he was. That's the sort of goals I'm conceding, and they're beating me through these goals.
Ginola. That's not watertight. Oh, we have just witnessed a special moment. Pure quality. So, a level contest. 1-1.
I'm not allowed to tackle him. I can't get nowhere near to the tackles. He basically scored the same goal over
They
and
need to get
over.
tighter here.
Look at that. The defenders are just running. The defenders are just running and running past him. They're not running into him. They're not trying to foul him. They're not trying to tackle him. Nothing. If you look closely, the defenders won't get the ball out. I've got the ball off him. He's running, he's running, he's running. I've got in front of him. In the middle of running, he stopped and pushed out one leg while running. So he's running, you can see him running there. Cordoba's got in front of him, he's running, he stopped, pushed out a leg, and was still able to run faster than me. Moving on from that, my players are just dashing, they're not tackling, they're not trying to win the ball, they're not getting close enough so I can foul him. They're just dashing in and diving into the tackles. And he's just getting around him. So he got rid of Cordoba somehow. Look at Rudiger. How am I supposed to move Rudiger if Rudiger is positioned like that? Eder Militao is positioned like that. They're in a line. So they've just lined up. They just made it so easy for him. They just lined up. Look at the space that he's got to run into. So he's not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing great. He's not doing nothing overly skillful. That's the space he's got to run into, because Rudiger and Eder Militao gone in a line. So on that side, on the left side, Ronaldo's got the same space to run into. Yeah. And on the right side, Ginola's got the space to run into. Nobody can defend that. It's indefensible. No Tex, no Ozzy, or none of these guys can defend that. Don't care how you good. I've watched thousands of games, and that does not happen to nobody else. Nobody else. Look at that. Now I've got to drag players out of position. Yeah, I've got to basically aggressively drag everyone out of position to block off these runs that they get, these free runs. Look at Eder Militao. Eder Militao was just stood there. Yeah, he just stood there marking Ronaldo. He ran out of the way. And where did the guy go? Exactly where Eder Militao came from. It's not one time, all of the goals are like that. So once I hit the 11 wins mark, my game just stopped tackling properly, stopped They don't stay in a formation.
Is it going to be?
They don't stay in a formation. They don't have 4 players in the line that or the CDMs don't help the centre back defend. I get constantly counter attacked. So you got 16 shots off, 43 tackles, 71 passes. Yeah. And this was my attack. So basically, I tried to save it. We saved the last 15 seconds. Instead of saving the last 15 seconds, they've gone ahead and done something to the game as well. Where when certain things happen, I can't save the footage. It does it as a screenshot instead of saving it as of what just happened. So when you click on record what just happened, it's different from capture screenshot. So look at that. Ginola is running away from the goal instead of running that space. Yeah, that's where he should be going.
Fine run from
He's running.
Mbappe.
So I'm in front of him. How did he get back? How did he get back before me? I'm in front of him with the ball. How did he end up with the ball before I could have took that shot? Still in front of him. Yeah, he had the first example. You seen what happened with Ginola when his Ginola was able to get in front of Cordova, yeah, and keep the ball at full speed. Yeah. How did Rudiger get in front of me from behind me to stop me from taking a shot? What they've done, they're freezing my players in motion. So when I'm moving, they're doing little things. Little things are happening where my controller just stops registering all the time, just all the time. It's not random. It's not one-off. For a split nanosecond, my controller stop reacting, stop responding to me, and they get away and they're getting off these amazing tackles. If you look at it, when it decides to play, if you look at it, I was clear of Rudiger. A shot should have come off. Even if the shot missed, went over the bar in the back of the net, I should have got a shot there. So when this game decides to play, innit?
Fine run from Mbappe.
Clear of Rudiger. How did Rudiger get the ball? I was literally in the box in front of Rudiger. How did he get the ball before me? So between EA and the UK public authorities, mainly for Manchester, i.e. the NHS Mental Health Service and Greater Manchester Police, whether they're the normal police, counter-terrorism, or what's that one that deals with immigration or immigration police, one of them is behind doing this. I don't know if they're colluding or they're conspiring with EA to do this or they're hacking the system itself, but it's clear that I've got something wrong going on with my game and they're trying to convince me that it's all in my head. I'm a schizophrenic, I'm deluded. So what they do is label you as having delusions and a schizophrenic so they can abuse you and torture you and torment you and write it down as you're just imagining these things. It's not nothing complicated, it's not nothing hard to understand. you label somebody as a delusional person, you can abuse them, you can molest them, you can rape them, you can harm them, you can do anything to them, and then you just get away with it because they're delusional, or because you say you're delusional. Especially if it's the authority or people in power that's doing it, i.e. rich people or the government, yeah, or some form of authoritarian figure, especially if they're the ones that's doing it, they're the one that's in control of your care, they're the one that's labeling you as delusional, and they're the one that's abusing you at the same time. 9 out of 10 people end up committing suicide. I'm not the type to commit suicide, but if I catch one of them doing it, I'll take my risk, I'll take my chances, and I'll go to prison. But at least they'll be in prison alongside me. We can all go to prison for conspiracy, you get me, innit? So anytime the government, the police, feel like they can charge me, we can all go to prison for conspiracy. Everyone that's involved in my care, everyone that's on the ward, everyone that's involved in, what's it called now? GMP. Everyone that's involved in the community care, the community team, yeah, East, Oldham East community team, everyone that's involved with them, we can all go to prison for as one big conspiracy. I'm saying I'm going to defend my rights and you're abusing me and you're hurting me psychologically, and I'm the aggrieved party in this situation, yeah. You have no consent to use my videos or to go on my websites, whether they're open to the public or not. You're a public figure and you're not the public. You're an authority, so it's open to the public, not to any public authority. So long story short, I'll take my chances and go to prison for conspiracy, and as long as you lot are beside me for conspiracy, it's fine, because I can back up what I'm saying and I can prove that what's been done, I've been labelled as delusional because they want to abuse me and torment me and run experiments on me. And Delta Spence Clark, she's supposed to be my mother, she's involved, and Bryony Jane Albert, that's supposed to be my baby mother, she's also involved. They've been doing things to harass me, torment me, and abuse me behind closed doors. And the public authorities, i.e. the NHS, Community Mental Health Team, and the Greater Manchester Police are trying to cover it up.